let me talk about Guilty Gear Strive now. First of all, the name. I already briefly went over this, but the name is fantastic. I freaking love the freaking the new name. Strive is great. One freaking syllable, which is, oh my god, it's all I can ask for. It's easy to use, easy to say, like simple to write, GGS, like for a thumbnail or something like that, or for a YouTube title. It's freaking awesome. The 4 in IV, like Roman numeral, is genius. They took a book out of took a page out of Capcom's book and did like RE7, like Resident Evil, but like it's a 7, as you know, whatever. So nonetheless, I think the name is great. And dude, it's like not a placeholder, but it's like a fill in the blank thing. You could do like Strive Revelator or Strive Chaotic Neutral, or I don't know what the hell. You can do whatever the hell you want. So anyways, there's that. Strive is freaking awesome. Now let's talk about the gameplay. There's a couple things. I played quite a bit. I played about in between 2 hours. I played like 2 hours of Guilty Gear Strive, and in that 2 hours, I played about like 5-6 matches around there. And I also watched a lot of footage as well, because the people who were in the VIP room, I think Kugi was one of them, and other people were taking videos, which was awesome because I can analyze what's going on. So they took a lot of video, and I was taking a look at that footage myself as well. And let me tell you something. Right off the bat, let's just get this out of the way. Guilty Gear Strive is 100% the most beautiful fighting game, or the most beautiful game I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not even kidding you. I could not believe my eyes when I saw this game. Everything about this game just made me want to ejaculate everywhere. It was so freaking sick. It was on an actual PS4. Yes, it was a root-kitted PS4. So this was not PC. This was PS4. I was blown away how beautiful this game was. And let me tell you something. There's a couple things that I absolutely love about it. The first thing is the intro, of course, which is this Soul. You know how in Soul Calibur 2, you have like this narrator like talking about some stupid lore thing, something chuny, like hyping up the match. Your souls burn eternally or something like that. That whole aspect of the intro is freaking sick. It's so beautiful. Every time it goes like, oh, it's like society does not accept this, and that. And I'm just like, yeah, society, yeah, screw society. So I take it upon myself, whatever the hell he's talking about. And then it goes like heaven or hell. And I'm just like, yes. And then they do their intro thing. And then while in the background, they like pop up like May's hopping around. Freaking Axel appears out of a time portal. Kai takes out his sword all beautifully, and you know, Soul's being Soul and all that stuff. And the intros are just spot on. I absolutely love the camera work, and the intros are so sick. I love it so much. And then of course the match starts after that. And let me tell you something. Right now, in terms of the gameplay, I was in a very big honeymoon phase. I had a blast playing the game. An absolute blast. Now here's the thing with playing brand new games at events. Whenever it's your first time playing the game, you get curious. You just want to play more and more and more and more. And with the limited time that you have with the game, you just start craving it more. And then the more you find, the more fun you have. And you just have this honeymoon phase of, this game is sick. This game, I'm finding out new things, so on and so forth. It's a different feeling from when you have the game in front of you at all times, trying to find everything and playing it 24/7. So as of right now, I'm in a honeymoon phase, which means that I am just desperately wanting to play more. I just want to see more, play more, and do more with that game in particular.
I've been waiting for this.
Zonka SB, thanks for the subscription, dude. I appreciate you liking my stream. So, with that being said, there's a lot of things about the game that I like a lot. And there's a lot of things about the game that I wish that they could possibly tweak. Now, before I get into the things that I like and I don't like, I've said this once and I'll say it again. This game is in like super alpha form, which means that they are going to be adding to this game, tweaking this game, and taking things out of this game. And not just that, the game is coming out in late 2020, which means that they have a ton of time to be able to tweak this game, add new characters, and polish this game to be really nice. I'm really excited for that. I saw that late 2020 release date and I said, yes. So, with that being said, let's get into the things, of course. Everything was just as I expected. Of course, the new Gatling rules and the counter hit stage, the camera work, the wall breaks, the new Roman cancels, the new dead angles, the new combo routes, the new everything. Everything is just as I expected. The game is still just like Guilty Gear. The game feels like Guilty Gear. It still is Guilty Gear, in my opinion. It's just taking a different approach. So what I mean by that is you still have your Roman cancels, you still have your different set of moves and different set of execution motions from previous Guilty Gear. So Ground Viper is still the exact same motion, like Volcanic Viper is still DP motion with H. You still have the regular Guilty Gear motions, which is of course forward, half circle forward. Half circle back and then forward. Those are still there. Have not been changed whatsoever. What has been changed is the new, like I said, the new Gatlings and the new combo routes. So one of the things I want to point out is that it's really, one of the things I had noticed right off the bat, it was really weird playing a Guilty Gear game and not being able to do air combos. It was really weird. Because there are moments in time where you get a ground bounce, or you get, oh, Rogue Monkey. What's up? 13 inches in a row. Thanks for liking my stream, Rogue Monkey. What's up, dude? So, yeah, there was times where they would be propped up in the air, and you just, instinct tells you, go for like a 2H and then continue the combo in the air. They fall out like almost immediately. It was really weird. So you have to limit your combos to something ground-based or something heavy hitting. So like ending it with a DP is probably usually the best thing, or ending it with like a dust or something like that. It was just really weird to play Guilty Gear in that light. You get used to it, but it's just really weird. For like first thing I noticed was that. Second thing I noticed was of course the new Gatling rules, which was you cannot chain lights into mediums or into slashes and heavy slashes. You can Gatling them in lights into command normals, which don't always combo naturally, but they do combo into sweeps, which is fine because the first time I played Soul, like the go-to combo with Soul for me was 5K 2D into Bandit Revolver. Easy peasy. That was my go-to combo with Soul. With Kai, go-to combo was 2K, 2D, Stun Dipper. Every time. But nonetheless, there's a bunch of different things that, like, for example, Kai has, and that makes it interesting. Oh, right off the bat, let me tell you something. Kai is ridiculous. Like, Kai is nuts. I could not believe my eyes. That freaking character has some of the, BS things in the realm of Guilty Gear Strive. And of course, it's still really early, so there could be some other things that are really weird. But Kai in particular, I automatically knew he was freaking probably the best in that whole lineup. Kai and possibly like Mei. Mei was kind of crazy. So Kai, the reason why I say Kai was, not only did he feel really good, he felt really good to play, by the way. Movement in Guilty Gear Strive feels great, I think. Air dashes are the same, running speeds are the same. Well, it felt a little slower running speed wise, but movement felt pretty good to me, which is fine. Jump-ins felt great. Movements, back dashes, running, all that stuff felt great. Kai's moveset is really nice. And if you take a look at the whole spreadsheet of characters that they provided us, there were two characters in particular that stood out, okay? Kai and Axel. Axel is really, really strong in this game because he's mostly grounded base. He wants to keep you on the ground so he can harass you from full screen or half screen. And he's got new tools like a command grab or a command thing. He can pull you in so he can mix you up. He can do big damage to you and such. And there's things like that I started to notice, like, okay, some characters are going to benefit from this a lot. Kai, big old pokes, freaking far 5S is super far. And also his projectile is crazy. Like, hardly any startup on his projectile, by the way. So you could spam that crap forever. And you can't really, you know, stay in the air for too long. I mean, you can if you want to get, like, you know, get anti-aired and such. But anyways, projectile seemed really good in general. Just the whole system in general seemed to, of course, favor characters that had big normals and good projectiles, which was Kai and Axel. And Mei actually has a really good projectile. She can zone like crazy. That new projectile she's got with the beach ball, holy crap, dude. That thing is nuts. Let's see. Yeah, that's one of the things I noticed. The movement felt really good. Let's see, what else? Let's go over the characters I mostly played was Kai and Sol, and I played a little bit of Mei. And I mostly heard and played against Chip and Potts. I didn't see any Axel. I didn't play against any Axel, nor did I ask about Axel. So if you want to know about Axel, don't ask me, because I don't know anything about Axel at all. Other than he has a cool command grab, and he is really, really good in the game, apparently. So, Sol in particular felt like Sol. Gunflame. He doesn't have Riot Stomp. He has Bandit Revolver and Bandit Bringer. His new Bandit Bringer is really cool. Fafnir is super great, especially at the wall. Volcanic Viper. God, guys. Every time, I already said this. I said this to many people. Every time Soul Bad Guy said Volcanic Viper, I just... Oh my god, dude. The sound design and the voice acting in that game is so beautiful. Dude, every time, I didn't even care if the Volcanic Viper hit or not. I just wanted to do it just to hear him say it. Every freaking time. Volcanic Viper. Oh my god, dude. Every time. I don't know what it is about Soul. I think it's because, Yorokobe Shonen is voicing him. You know, that's probably why I like it so much. So, Soul, super sick. Anyways, yeah. Soul felt like Soul. That was no different, really. Other than his new Duff move is really, really sick. I love his new Duff move. His new command, like, target combo that he's got. Let's see, what else did he get? I think that's it for everything he got. He got that new Duff move. I can't really think of anything else. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Sol. Kai, I think, got changed from his previous iteration. Of course, his projectile got changed. His whole playstyle got changed, I think. Of course, with his stun... well, not stun dipper. What is it? His projectile. I can't remember what it is. But every time you throw out that projectile and you block it or you get hit by it, you get electrocuted. And when you get electrocuted with Kai, that's bad, because not only do you take a ton more chip, you take a lot of chip damage, by the way, but your risk gauge goes up a lot faster than it normally would. Stun edge, thank you. Stun edge. So every time he does the projectile, you get electrified. You take a lot more chip, and you also build a lot more risk, which means that you don't want to be blocking against Kai. But then again, you don't want to get hit by Kai. So what do you do? What do? You have to try to avoid him at all times. And he's got freaking ginormous pokes. The character is just really freaking good. You want to block him, but you can't block him because he's going to freaking kill you if you block him. But you don't want to get hit by him because he'll kill you if you get hit by him. And you can try to get it on Kai. Just try. Also, his new Greed Sever, I'm calling his new Greed Sever. It's his special kick. That's what they call it now. His new special kick is really cool. I don't think it's an overhead. I have to double make sure. You guys probably know more than I do. I don't think it's an overhead, but it's plus. So you can combo after it if you hit it. If you get hit by it, you can follow up with a combo. Also on block, I think it's unsafe, but I don't think it looked plus, because a lot of people weren't challenging it, but I think it's because a lot of people don't know how to fight against that yet. So, but it seemed safe, at least. His new 6K looked plus though, for sure. So his new 6K, which is that big old swinging kick that he's got, that looks plus for sure. So just like his regular 6K, I think it was like +1 or something. You guys know more than I do, but his new 6K is really good because it reaches mad far. Let's see, Far 5S is ridiculous, dude. His new move, that the new slash move that he's got, I can't remember what it's called, but it electrocutes you if you if you get hit by it. And of course you get the whole electricity thing with Kai is so BS. That's so, well, it's not BS, but it's really, really strong. So I think Kai definitely stole the show with the character, in my personal opinion. So just from what I've seen and from what I've played, Kai definitely took the cake, 100%. And yeah, Kai's really, really good. Let's see. Yeah, Blaze Blue Drive now. Yeah, for sure. May is super cute, by the way. I actually had a lot of fun playing May. She's super, super cute. And you freaking Totsugeki, the freaking dolphins, beach balls, anchors, and such. And May in particular, she was pretty fun. And to be honest, I don't like her in Rev, or I don't like Kai. I'm sorry, no, I don't like May. I don't like Axel, and I don't like Potts in Rev 2. But in this game, Strive, I like them because their character design is so much better. So much better. Can you stop the electrocute with FD? I did not try that, actually. I did not try that. I did not realize. More than likely, you cannot. But if it does, that would make Faultless Defense very, very useful. So I hope it does. So, anyways, May, super cute. She's got this new move, well, not new move, but like kind of newish move where she basically summons the otter or the seal to slap a beach ball. You're super plus. It takes a while for it to come out, of course, but dude, you can keep spamming this crap. It's a great zoning tool. I was shocked as to the zoning ability that May had in this build. She could literally like throw beach ball, beach ball, beach ball, beach ball, beach ball, beach ball, just keep going. It was the amount of beach balls that I've seen over the weekend was ridiculous.
I've been waiting for this.
Yo, Halfway Crook, thanks for the sub, my friend. Appreciate that, dude. Thanks for liking my stream. Since Sky has electricity, do you think Cho will have some sort of burn effect? It would make sense, I think. They might add more status effects or some debuffs in the future. They might. I don't know what they'll do, but I hope that either like Kai's electrocution effect or debuff gets toned down a little bit, because I feel like it's really, really strong now. Or some other characters will have a debuff effect of their own. So, but it does make Kai extremely fun to be able to electrocute. And like I said, if Faultless Defense helps out at all, that would be awesome. I wouldn't mind that. Then I wouldn't mind the electrocution. Then put in more things for Soul. That'd be cool. So anyways, May was super cute. Chip, from what I hear, here's the thing with Chip. Chip had a lot of things removed. Like a lot of things removed. So like, and a lot of things changed. Alpha Blade seemed pretty similar in one way or another. Alpha Blade, you can still do a whole bunch of crazy. I mean, they nerfed a bunch of stuff with the movement, of course. But invincibility is gone. You don't get invincibility anymore. Teleports are gone too. So you get to teleports. Oh, never mind. Wait, there is invincibility.
I've been waiting.
You do have invincibility. However, it's in a taunt. Yeah. His taunt is him disappearing and appearing like Spider-Man style. And then you can actually Alpha Blade from that taunt. So, yeah, he doesn't have a special move that turns him invisible, I mean. So yeah, teleports are gone. Alpha Blade's still there. Gamma Blade has been nerfed, because Gamma Blade, if you guys don't know, Gamma Blade was really, really good in Rev 2. In this game, you can actually, like you saw in the showcase, they actually nerfed it by you can hit out of it. So a lot of I saw a player. I didn't do this myself, but I saw a Kai versus a Chip, and the Chip player was trying to Gamma Blade through Kai, and Kai was just literally like, that was it. It was over. Like, what do? you can't do anything. You do Gamma Blade. That's all you do. So Far 5S with Kai literally nullified Gamma Blade completely. It hurt Chip, by the way, which is something else. And he took like a ton of damage without him doing anything. So yeah. Chip seems interesting. His new wall run is really cool. And I think there's some cool new things that you can implement with his wall run. I saw some really cool things being done with wall run. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so all that stuff is great. He's still got some pretty cool things with Gamma Blade. I'm sorry, not Alpha Blade. So yeah. So that being said, Chip is that. Potts, I didn't really see too much of him, but seems like the general consensus of every Pot player is that they hate the change where I can't remember what it's called, but it's the air command grab. That's blockable now. They hate that change. Absolutely hate that change. So now it's blockable, but you're plus on block when they fall down. I don't know how plus it is. Like, I don't know if it like Heat Knuckle. Thank you. I don't know if it's plus enough for you to be able to Pod Buster easily, or if they can YRC right afterward, or if they can backdash, or there has to be some things. But general consensus is they hate the Heat Knuckle change. Hate it. Also the I don't know what the ground tremor is. The thing that's a low, it's useful for certain situations, but overall, I heard the Pod players do not like the fact that the thing is a low now. Slide head, thank you. Slide head is a low. That's what I hear. They don't really like that. Even though it has a hit of armor, which is useful, they said that, okay, it is useful in some regards, but it's not too great. Because I imagine because this game is more ground-based now, and they felt like it was going to be too good. Whatever. But the new slide head change, the new Heat Knuckle change, they hate it. However, Potts did the most amount of damage this whole weekend. I saw a combo with Potts where he would do Pod Buster, RC, he would hammer fall, light hammer fall, and then go into what was it? I think it was Far 5S into Heat Knuckle. And that did like freaking half damage, just straight up destroyed him. And that was with no risk. No risk, he did like half damage. And that's one of the things that I did notice about this weekend is that the damage in this game is outrageous. Outrageous. And found that you can counter single hits of armor really easily by doing a fast normal. RC, since the RC has a hit now. Wow, okay, gotcha. So yeah, BB tag levels of damage, like it's kind of ridiculous. No, like the damage is nuts. I don't even want to know. If you have full risk, I don't even want to know. Hardly anybody hit dust. Hardly anybody got. I'm sorry. Hardly anybody got a full dust where they actually sent them up into the air and did the full dust. Not a lot of people use dust in particular. So, anyways, yeah. So, and then Axel, I don't know anything about Axel. I don't know. I didn't really see him too much this weekend. So yeah, those are the character stuff, specific things. And let's see. Oh, the wall break things it was actually really fun to do. I do like doing the wall stuff. The new OTG things actually adds on to your wall bounce or your wall breaks. So if you do like, for example, like with Soul, I did like 2K 2D Bandit Revolver. And then it was in the corner, so then I did, what was it, 6P or 6P? And then it wall bounced, and then I did 6S, and then I did Fafnir, and that broke the wall, which was cool. So there was some really cool, like, wall bounce, ground, like, OTG stuff that you could do that did a lot of damage. So, interesting stuff. The RC changes are actually really cool. I do like the raw RC change a lot. Like, a lot. The new, like, the RC change, the raw RC change where you can actually get combos that you couldn't before. You could do, like, 5S, and then chain like 5H2D or something like that. Those were really cool. And you can actually do some pretty gnarly things. Like, you can get, I think, 2 sets of alpha blades if you do it that way. I saw some really crazy stuff with Chip. Chip was pretty well used. He was used a lot. So yeah, the new RC changes are nice. I I do like the new dead angle, the new Roman cancel, which is supposed to replace dead angle. I like that one a lot. That change was great. And yeah, everything about it, the animations, let's talk about the camera work. More in particular, the the counter hit changes. Counter hits. There's two sets of counter hits. There is a small counter hit and there's a big counter hit. All right, big counter hits are probably mostly for sweeps and for DPs and command normals. So basically like crush counters, lethal hits. The regular counter hits in particular, there would be like a small slowdown. It's actually a really cool looking effect that you can actually visually see and pinpoint out, okay, this is a counter hit. I can probably do some more things. All right, that's a cool change. The big counter hit, where you literally get the super slow motion, super zoom in, was really weird. It's really to get used to. Let me explain why. The big counter hit in particular, when you get a big counter hit, the camera zooms in. And the thing is, you can still control your character. So I've seen people do like 2D with Kai and then stun dipper or a vapor thrust, and it was still zoomed in, and it threw so many people off because you can still move around while the camera is zoomed in, and you're just like, wait, what? Hold on a minute. It was super strange. It was really weird on the eyes. And it was super weird to confirm as well, because I could mess people up with their counter hit or their combo confirms. So my suggestion for that is when you get those big counter hits, you can either zoom out quickly, you can get that big old boom, but you cannot act out of it until it zooms back out. Either that or take that out completely and just go with the normal counter hit stuff, which is fine as well. Or just save it for the big DPs and such, because the deep counter hit DPs get that effect too, and those look really cool. But for like regular hits like 2D or like the command normals, it was kind of strange, and I'm not sure if I like the fact that I could still move my character when the camera's all zoomed in like that. It just throws you off. So that's the counter hit stuff, and I'd be really happy to see if they would change that even just a little bit. With that being said, what else? Oh yeah, the other change, or the other thing that I want to talk about was the wall. I think this was the most common gripe out of everybody in that entire venue. I don't think anybody had a single good thing to say about the wall. All right? The wall in particular. People hate that you are obligated to break that wall. Obligated to break the wall. So people worked hard to take you to the corner, because a lot of things change, and the whole entire approach to trying to open your opponent up changes when you're at the corner compared to when you're mid-screen. So when you're at the wall and you open your opponent up and you have all these crazy hits coming in, you can actually wall splat. When you wall splat, you wall break. And the more you continue your combo, the more likely it's going to break. And then when you finally break, you continue on in the mid-screen. People hate that. People don't like the fact that they worked hard to get you to the corner just to get you back to the mid-screen a second later. My suggestion for the wall in particular is that you can still do the exact same thing. Wall breaks, wall bounces, wall splats, all that stuff. But there should be a specific button or something that can activate the wall break. In my opinion, it should be dust. Like, you can still do like the command normals, you can still do Fafnir, you can still do special moves that can wall splat, and you can still continue the combos. But if you end that wall splat combo with dust, that's what activates the wall break. My God, my freaking whoop. Anyways, that's when you can activate that. So you can, because dust is super fast in this game. It's still an overhead. Dust is really quick, so you can combo in the wall combos, which is really cool. Wall break does not result in a lot of damage. The wall break results in going mid-screen and giving you a meter buff. Okay, and that's another thing as well. Now that we're on the topic of the wall breaks, when you wall break it, I was under the impression that you get an attack buff. You do not get an attack buff. You do not. That is a misconception, mostly because of the symbol that it shows. They should change that symbol. You get a meter buff, a passive meter buff, which means that if you just stay there, after breaking the wall, you're gonna build at least a bar. You get a lot of meter. Yes, you don't get an attack buff. So, yeah, that's the wall break change, or the wall break mechanic. It doesn't give you an attack buff. There was no difference in attack. So, it's just a meter buff. So yeah, the wall break mechanic, a lot of people had some concerns with. I do too. I do feel like there should be some form, some way for you to retain your corner advantage and to be able to keep your opponent in the corner to try and pressure them and oppress them, other than just get them to the corner, you're still in the mid screen. Basically, this is just an endless stage, but with hazards. That's it. That's what it feels like a stage or a game with no corners. So I really hope that they make the change of, hey, you can still do the wall break and you can still do corner, like wall break or wall splat stuff, but you have to have a specific move that activates that wall break. And they should indicate that in the command list. Like, this is the move that wall breaks. So end your wall splat combo in this move to be able to wall break. If not, then the combo ends and you stay in the corner. I would like that. I would like that a lot. So just give players the option to wall break or the option to keep them in the corner. I think that would be really cool. Like, if you run out of meter, wall break, you get a meter buff. If you want the damage, or you want the Oki and you want the corner, the oppression, keep them in the corner. You know, I think that would be really cool. So anyways, yeah, the wall break is huge. Like, one of the biggest things that I've heard the most about this game. Everything else about it was incredibly fun. I had a lot of fun with Guilty Gear Strive. I really did. I loved playing Kai. I loved playing Soul. May was super fun. I loved watching it too. But I could tell by watching it, things start to become a little indifferent. And like I said, this is still very, very early. This is still very, very much in development. Things are still going to be getting changed, getting added, getting taken away, all that stuff. But I could definitely tell that there's some things that will make the game a little bit less exciting to watch after a few play sessions. Like I said, still super early. So it's still very early to tell, to see what happens in the game. But this game is going to be getting updated like crazy. I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to be getting a bunch of feedback. They also had the feedback booth there where you took a survey and told them everything about your experience in Guilty Gear 2020. So they're actually taking this game incredibly serious. Incredibly serious. So it's really, really good. So I'm really glad that they were able to say, hey, how did you find the difficulty? Here's some of the things there. How'd you find this? How'd you find that? And then you actually got to tell them what game modes would you want in the game. What net play? The net play question was such a huge question. I think everybody in that entire venue said yes. We want rollback netcode, which is so good. They also asked the question of, hey, what characters would you want to bring back? I had a blast with that question. Give me back Biken. Give me back Anji. Give me back all that stuff, dude. Oh, man.